Hello, this is Jacqueline at Bilingual FM. Today is February 10th, 2011. Our group talk today was about different countries. So each of our students in today's group talk introduced a country of their choice. So they chose a country and talked about it a little bit to the other students in the group talk. And from their presentation, we chose some words that we didn't understand, and we explained them to the group, and we had a good conversation talking about traveling in different countries. So the countries that we introduced, our students introduced today, were Uruguay, Laos, Tanzania, and the state of Alaska in the US. So, in speaking about these countries, we learned the first phrase that we learned was to range from. So, if something ranges between something, it means when something changes over different levels, and maybe that's a little difficult to understand. So, in an example sentence, I hope you can understand. Number one, the hiking trails around the island range from easy to difficult. So if there are different levels of hiking, so for example, easy, intermediate, advanced, for example, or ranging from cold to hot, or ranging from small to medium to large. So it's something over different levels. So the hiking trails around the island range from easy to difficult. So there are many, some are easy, some are difficult. Number two, there are many different levels of students at our school, ranging from beginner to advanced. So that's to range from something to something. And then the next word that we learned was an adjective, and the adjective is biennial. And there's another similar adjective which is biannual, and they're related to each other, and sometimes even native English speakers get the two mixed up. I think I do anyway. So biennial is an adjective, and it's describing something like an event that happens one time every 2 years. So not every year, but once every 2 years. So that's biennial. And biannual is describing something like an event that happens 2 times in 1 year, so twice a year. So in an example sentence for biennial, the National Bicycle Road Race is a biennial event. It was held in 2006, 2008, and 2010. The next one will be held in 2012. So this is one time every 2 years. Then the adjective biannual, Design Festa in Tokyo is a biannual event. It is held in May and November every year. So this happens 2 times a year. So this is biannual. And the next adjective, in speaking about Tanzania, actually, was the adjective rugged. So rugged describes something like land that is rough or not smooth and often difficult to walk on, for example. In a sentence, the steep hiking trail was very rugged. So maybe this means there are lots of rocks and lots of trees and maybe some mud and water. So this is really rugged. And sometimes we can describe a person as rugged. Often a man, maybe he has a little beard and he's maybe camping or out in the woods, and he's very rough, so you can maybe describe a man also as rugged. So it's something that's tough or difficult. And the last word that we learned was a noun, and it's the word terrain. So terrain is generally land, but it's usually describing the physical features of the land. So in an example sentence, the terrain around the island is very rugged and mountainous. So the land, the terrain on this island is very rugged, like with rocks and mountainous, so maybe big mountains. In another sentence, the coast has a very rocky terrain, so the land around the coastline is very rocky. And in one more sentence, the terrain on the golf course was smooth and flat. So this is describing the land of the golf course. So in our group talk speaking about different countries around the world, we learned the phrase to range from something to something. Also biennial and biannual adjectives. And the adjective rugged, and the noun terrain. So I hope these words were helpful for you today, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.